Good
Welcome
morning.
back, Emmanuel.
I'm back. Ya estamos preocupados que no andaba el Zoom.
No, I was just
Ah.
it was just updating, so I apologize for the
Ah.
delay.
Excellent.
Good. No, we're going to continue with our lesson. Yes. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, we have still, yet, and in progress. Okay. Let's see, Emmanuel, what's the
Yes.
difference between still and yet? Excuse me. What's the difference between still and yet?
The difference
between still and yet
still and yet
is that we use still.
That we use still
use still.
Is that we use still.
There we go.
Still.
For something.
For something. Something.
There we go. That is in progress at the moment.
That is in progress at the moment.
Whereas we use yet.
Whereas we use yet.
For something that has not begun.
For something that's not begun.
Has not begun.
Has not begun.
Or happened.
Or happened.
I apologize. Okay. We generally use still.
We generally use still.
In positive sentences.
In positive sentences.
Whereas we generally use yet.
Whereas we generally use yet.
In questions and negative sentences.
In questions and negative sentences.
Good. Let's see. Give me some examples, please. Could you give me some examples, Karen, please? It's still.
It's still
winter.
Winter.
It isn't.
It isn't
spring yet.
Spring yet.
Good. Has the lesson finished yet, Gustavo? Has the lesson finished yet?
No.
The lesson hasn't.
The lesson hasn't finished yet.
It's still in progress. Careful with still. Yes, not is still. Still. There you go. It's a common mistake. Don't worry about it. Okay. Sebastian, have we finished speaking yet? Have we finished speaking yet? No.
No.
We haven't finished speaking yet.
We haven't finished speaking yet.
We're still speaking.
We're still speaking.
Good. Emmanuel, have Karen, Gustavo, and Sebastian gone home yet? Have they gone home yet? No.
No.
They haven't gone.
They haven't gone
home yet. They're still here.
They are still here.
Good. Karen, you get the seasons again. Has the spring begun yet? Has the spring begun yet? No.
No, the spring hasn't begun.
Yet.
It's
still winter.
It's still winter.
Very good. Gustavo, will I still be in this country in 2 weeks' time? Will I still be in this country in 2 weeks' time?
Yes, you will still be in this country
in 2 weeks' time.
In 2 weeks' time.
Very good. Special, especial. All right? Okay. So give me just 1 second. There we go. And we have the words clean, dirty, dirt, know of. Okay. Clean, limpio, dirty, sucio, dirt, tierra o suciedad, and know of, conocer. Okay? All right. So, Sebastian, are the bottoms of your shoes clean? Are the bottoms of your shoes clean?
No.
The bottoms of my shoes?
The bottoms of my shoes aren't clean.
They're dirty.
They're dirty.
Good. When our shoes are dirty, what should we do? When our shoes are dirty, Emmanuel, what should we do? When our shoes are dirty?
When our shoes are dirty?
We should clean them.
we should clean them.
Good. Which do you think is the cleanest city you know of, Karen? Which do you think is the cleanest city you know of? I think
I think the cleanest city that I know
of
of is Feliz.
good,
Feliz.
Feliz, where you live. That's good. Gustavo, and which do you think is the dirtiest? And which do you think is the dirtiest? I think.
I think,
Not thinks, think.
I think,
Good.
I think
Which-
Buenos Aires is the best.
Is the dirtiest?
Dirtiest city.
Very good.
No,
I know of. Good. Sebastian, which do you think is less unpleasant? The dirt of the city or the dirt of the country, of the farm, etc.? Which do you think is less unpleasant? Yes, the dirt of the city or the dirt of the country, of the farm, etc.? I think the dirt of
I think the dirt of the farm is
good is less unpleasant
unpleasant than
and
the
dirt
dirty
than the dirt of the city.
the city.
Good. To be afraid, tener miedo. Yes?
Mm, yes.
Okay, Emmanuel, do you remember if you were afraid of the dark when you were a little child? Do you remember if you were afraid of the dark when you were a little child? Yes or no?
No, no, I don't remember.
If I
Uh,
was
if I was
afraid of the dark
afraid of the dark
when I was a child.
when I was a child.
Very good. Would you be afraid to go round the world in a small open boat, Karen? Would you be afraid to go round the world in a small open boat? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
I would be afraid to go
round the world
around the world
in a
in a
small
small
open boat.
open boat.
Good. Gustavo, do people shake when they feel afraid? Do people shake when they feel afraid? Yes.
yes.
People shake when they feel
very
afraid. Good.
It's
Okay.
afraid or is
Afraid.
afraid.
Very good.
Right.
Okay, we have guard, proteger. Yes, proteger. On your guard, estar atento. On your guard, estar atento. Off your guard, no estar atento. Yes?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Sebastian, what's the best way to guard against becoming ill? What's the best way of, to guard against becoming ill? The best way
The best way
to guard
to guard
against becoming ill
against becoming ill
is to eat healthy food,
is to eat healthy food,
sleep well,
sleep well,
and do
Uh,
exercise.
and do exercise.
Really, very good. Emmanuel, must we be on our guard when we buy something from a man selling things on the street? Must we be on our guard when we buy something from a man selling things on the street? Yes.
Yes.
We must be on our guard
We must be on our guard
when we buy something
when we buy something
good from a man selling things
from a man selling things
in the street.
in the street.
And why? Why is that? Because maybe
Because maybe
we won't be able to find him
we won't be able to find him
again
again
if there's a problem
if there's a problem
with the thing we've bought.
with the things we've bought.
Good. Karen, what's the opposite of on your guard? What's the opposite of on your guard? The opposite
of on your guard is off your guard.
Good. Okay, calm, calma, tranquilo, quietly, silenciosamente. Yes? Okay. So, Gustavo, what's the best way to calm somebody down when he's very angry? What's the best way to calm somebody down when he's very angry? The best way
Best way to calm
somebody down when he's very angry
when he is very angry
is to speak quietly
is to speak quietly and patiently to him.
to him. Very good. Are we having calm weather at the moment, Sebastian? Are we having calm weather at the moment?
Yes,
Yes, we're
we
having
are having
calm weather
weather
at the moment. Good. Okay, if I were, si yo fuera, king, rey, person del verbo, primera, segunda y tercero, first, second, person, etc. Okay. In the second conditional, we can use the verb to be in the past simple and say, if I was, if you were, if he, she, it was, or we can use were for all persons if we say, if I were, if you were, if he were, etc. The second form is perhaps more common, okay, and also easier. Yes?
Okay.
All right. So, Emmanuel, what are the two ways of forming the second conditional with the verb to be? What are the two ways of forming the second conditional with the verb to be?
Okay.
The two
The
ways
two ways
of forming
forming the
the
second conditional
with the
with the
verb
verb
to be
is
are
if
I was and if I were.
if I were.
Good. If you were a millionaire, Karen, where would you live? If you were a millionaire, where would you live? If I were
a millionaire, I would live at Paris.
In Paris.
In Paris.
Good. And why? Why would you live in Paris?
Because I love La France.
Oh, okay. Do you speak French?
No, I just study un peu, a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, comme ci, comme ça.
Yeah, a little.
Good. Good.
Do you speak French?
Oh, just a little bit. I learned in Canada. Just a little
nice.
bit. Good. Okay, Gustavo, if I were you, which language would I speak? If I were you, which language would I speak?
If I were you.
If you were me. If I were you, si yo fuera vos.
If you were me.
Good.
Okay.
You would speak.
You would speak French.
Oh, you speak French?
No, but.
Oh, okay. Let's imagine then that I would speak French. Good. Or Spanish. Yes? Good. Sebastian, if you were king, what would your wife be called? If you were king, what would your wife be called? If I were king.
If I were king,
my wife would be called.
Wife would be called
a queen. Good.
Queen.
If there wasn't a light in this room, would we be able to see well when it got dark, Emmanuel? If there wasn't a light in this room, would we be able to see well when it got dark? No.
No.
If there wasn't a light.
There wasn't a light
in this room, we wouldn't be able.
We wouldn't be able to see
well when it got dark.
When it got dark.
Good. We would see badly.
We would see badly.
All right. If there weren't any food in the world, would we all die, Karen? If there weren't any food in the world, would we all die?
Yes, if there weren't any food
in the world,
we
would
all died.
Die. Very good. Let's see. If you If you weren't you, who would you like to be, Sebastián? I'm sorry, Gustavo. If you weren't you, who would you like to be, Gustavo?
If I weren't to me,
If I weren't me,
if I weren't me,
I would
I
like
would-
to be
I would like to be Messi.
Messi. Good. Okay. Yeah, for the fame and the money, right?
Yes.
Who wouldn't? Good. If I were you, si yo fuera ti, yes, si yo fuera ti, advice, okay, advice, consejo, expression, expresión, okay, and especially, especialmente, okay? Good. So we say, if I were you, when we want to give advice to somebody, especially when we think perhaps there is a problem, right? For example, if I were you, I would go see a doctor, or I wouldn't open that door if I were you, okay? All right,
Okay.
so Sebastián, can we use the expression, if I were you, to give advice to somebody? Can we use the expression, if I were you, to give advice to somebody? Yes, we
Yes.
can use the expression.
We can use the expression.
The
If I,
expression.
the expression.
Good.
If I were you.
If we want to give advice.
If you want.
If we want to give advice.
If we want give advice.
To give advice to somebody.
To somebody.
Good. Emmanuel, could you give me an example, please? Give me an example. If I were you.
If I were you.
I would eat more vegetables.
I would eat more vegetables.
Careful with vegetables. It's vegetables.
Vegetables.
There you go. Or I
Mhm.
wouldn't buy that car.
Or I wouldn't buy that car.
If I were you.
If I were you.
Good. Let's see. Karen, what's the biggest problem in your life at the moment? What's the biggest problem in your life at the moment? The biggest problem.
The biggest problem in my life
at the moment
is my work.
Your job. Okay.
My job.
Yes, you need vacation.
My English, no?
Yeah.
My English is my biggest problem.
I think it's that.
That's good, Emmanuel. Okay, let's see. Gustavo, can you give her some advice, please? Could you give her some advice? If I were you.
If I were you.
I would.
I will keep studying English.
Keep studying English. Very good. Win, ganar. Yes. Win, ganar, win, won, the three forms. And lottery, lotería. Yes. Okay. What's another opposite of the verb lose besides find, Sebastián? What's another opposite of the word lose besides find? Another opposite.
Another opposite
of the word
the verb
lose. Of the verb. Sorry, the verb lose.
Of the verb lose.
Besides find.
Besides find.
Is to win.
Is to win.
Good. What are the three forms of win, Emmanuel? What are the three forms of win?
The three forms of wins.
Win
are when are when.
No. Win, but no S at the end. Win.
When.
Good. Win.
When.
One.
Are one. When. One.
One.
One. I think that's one. No, what? No. One.
So win, one.
Okay. When, one.
Good. Not when, win.
When.
Good. Win. More smiley. Smiley.
Okay. When.
Good. See, you have a beautiful smile. Show it to everyone. Win.
When.
Good. One. Great. Great. Okay. Does your country, oh, this is a very, this is a very controversial question. Does your country usually win at football, Karen? Does your country usually win at football?
Yes, my
Yes.
country usually
Wins at football.
wins at football.
Yes, let's be honest, okay? We can't say that is not true. That was not very happy. Okay. Do you do the lottery, Gustavo? Do you do the lottery?
No, I
No.
don't do the lottery.
Good. Have you ever won? Have you ever won, Gustavo? You don't do it, but have you ever won the lottery?
I'm
Yes
sorry.
or no? Have you ever won the lottery? Yes or no?
No, I haven't done the lottery.
I've never
I've never done the lottery.
never won the lottery.
I'm sorry. I've
good.
never won the lottery.
Good. So you have to do the lottery in order to win it. Good. It gives you more chances.
No,
All right.
I don't have any chance.
Yes, you would have a chance, but if you don't do the lottery, you have no chances.
No chance.
All right, Sebastian, if you won £1 million, what would you do with it aside from giving some to your teacher? If you won £1 million, what would you do with it? If I won £1 million,
If I want £1 million pounds,
won £1 million,
£1 million pounds,
I would.
I would buy.
Not good. It would.
I could.
Good.
I would.
Good.
I would buy a
Buy.
Lamborghini for my teacher.
For my teacher, good. That's the correct answer.
And the class,
And the
all
group
classes.
for all your classmates. Yes. Very good. Yeah, but a
near
Citroen.
the test. Near the test.
Near the test. I like blue. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right, everybody. You have your homework already assigned, okay, on the website. And I would please ask you to please just complete 3 vocabulary exercises if you can, just to help you
Okay.
with the translation. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, everybody. I will see you next Thursday. Have a beautiful week. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Goodbye.
right.
Bye.
Everybody.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.